You can see the police chief's car behind me here. He just pulled into the station moments ago, saying that his guys have worked tirelessly all day to track down these 2 homicide suspects, and they're still looking for a third. Take a look at the video of the home where this man was found. There's still police tape wrapped around the outside of this home. It's crazy. It's been nearly 20 hours since the assault and homicide took place here inside the Catholic supply store, and it's still an active crime scene as police continue to look for that suspect they're calling armed and dangerous. And new this afternoon, we just learned the identity of that 53-year-old woman who was shot and killed here yesterday afternoon. Her name is Jamie Schmidt of House Springs, Missouri. I'm here outside the Williams Memorial Chapel at College of the Ozarks, where just a few hours ago, the pews inside the chapel here were filled with people that came here to mourn. And above all the people I spoke to, none of them knew anyone personally that was on those duck boats, but says they're hurting as if they did. Now, the final piece of this investigation is, of course, the duck boat itself. It is still 80 feet underwater in Table Rock Lake, and tomorrow morning the U.S. Coast Guard is going to be pulling that duck boat out of the water at 9 a.m. They're going to be bringing it to a secure location where the NTSB is going to finish up their investigation. As you mentioned, 10 people were arrested, several officers injured from rocks and other things being thrown into these buildings and the windows breaking. Let's take a look at some of this damage. You can still see it this morning. We're here at Renouche at Westgate and Delmar, and it's shattered glass, and the reason these windows haven't been boarded up yet, they're curved. The owner says he can't board them up, and it's going to be really expensive to replace. Take a look down here. We're right across from Blueberry Hill. Several businesses are boarded up. Police tell us 23 businesses total were vandalized, as well as 5 police cars. Here at Salt and Smoke, they have 4 windows that were broken and have been boarded up here. But the good news is if you look inside the restaurant, there doesn't seem to be too much damage. Everything looks like it's pretty intact, despite bricks, chairs, tops of trash cans being thrown into these windows. And the best part is we can smell and see the smoke coming from these barbecues here. So they are operating. They seem to be like they're going back to business as usual, so that is a positive and hopeful sign here in the Delmar Loop. I want to take you further down the strip here where all these artists were set up. I'm going to show you Kim Carr Photography's tent. It's a good visual of just sort of some of the water damage that these prints received. Take a look right here. This is her tent. She's a lot of these postcards here on the side. You can see they're wilted from the water. She's feeling a little grateful, though, she told me, because some of the canvases she doesn't think did receive any damage. They might be recovered, but some definitely were smashed when this tent fell over. You can see this property on this block completely cleared from where 2 homes used to stand. And now a nonprofit has found a way to take all the leftover bricks to provide new jobs for the people that live in this neighborhood. This morning I drove all over the downtown area trying to find any leftover scooters, and all I could find were these rideshare bikes. The whole point of Bird Scooter coming to St. Louis in the first place was to act just like these rideshare options. But the city says that Bird Scooters didn't go through the proper channels that these companies did to operate legally here. And if you're planning on participating in this huge game of chance, here's what you're going to want to know. You're going to want to know all about this machine. It really helps protect you. You're going to scan your tickets here, and in this case, I have a feeling, yep, not a winner. That's what I thought. No one won last jackpot, but this is where you scan, and if you did win anything, it's going to tell you the exact amount you won, which is going to be so important to make sure that you're collecting the right amount from the gas station teller or from the lottery. Also, in Missouri and Illinois, these tickets, it is legal to sign the back of them. That is another layer of protection to make sure that no one can take your ticket and use it as their own. I calculated an example for you. I sent a package from my address in St. Louis on the 24th to my parents' address in Minneapolis on the 25th, and it cost $96. I'm not saying it's gonna always be that expensive, but personally, I don't want to spend that much money to send a Christmas gift. So don't procrastinate.
Yikes. Yeah, Marielle, 96 bucks. That's pretty steep.
Probably more than the gift itself cost.
I know. I
pay more to get it there.
Definitely.
Yeah. For $200 bucks.
And Minneapolis to St. Louis is a short trip.
Yeah, not so far. All right, Marielle, good advice for all of us procrastinators out there.
And the Mo Cowbell Half Marathon kicks off in 30 minutes. We're live here. All I have to ask is, can I get some more cowbell? That's right. I'll tell you why this race got its name just ahead.
Go ahead and punch. Good. Good. There you go. Keep breathing. 2 more.
All right. What I thought was so cool that you mentioned too is this is not just a physical workout, it's knowledgeable. You're learning some practical self-defense skills.
Exactly.
And Al, I understand there might be a little bit of diving out there on this chilly morning.
Yeah, I think the dogs are going to love it. I don't think temperature is going to play a role. We have live music on a stage behind us here. That'll be for the humans to enjoy. But what the dogs are going to enjoy is this dock diving pool behind me here. And when you think of getting frozen custard, you're usually used to it melting really fast, but not tonight. I got this great pumpkin custard 3 hours ago, and it's still the exact same consistency as it was at 2 o'clock. And I left it out in these natural temperatures, and it stays perfectly frozen. So I'm going to enjoy my great pumpkin with Frank. It's really delicious. 3 hours later.
And you both deserve it. Probably in the parking lot. You know how in the summertime they have all the trunks up and everyone's sitting in the back? Everyone's keeping their doors closed right now.
Frank and Marielle just hanging out in the parking lot of Ted Drew's.
New friends right there.
It is definitely getting warmer out here, and this is going to be your best friend this weekend. 20 ounces of water every hour. Guys, back to you.
Marielle, thanks. We are taking your advice here in the studio. She's really chugging it. Get it, Marielle. All right, well, switching gears.